Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. We're in. Turn the lights on. Okay, let's transition. There we go. Good. Alrighty. All right. So today's a free day. Um, I oh, I think I'll keep working on this. Is what I worked on yesterday. Um, just so I can actually get this done. And later on we can work on some other stuff. One of these days I might do like requests, but I can't do like copyrighted stuff. I just do my own stuff. At least not on this channel. Uh, so Silk Song came out, or like sorry, the trailer came out, and it comes out in 2 weeks. It's like those guys must have. I think like because they have so much money now that they just decided to take their time, because I think Hollow Knight 1 was the most watched, or like what bought indie game. It was the highest selling indie game ever. So they probably took their sweet time for Silk Song. And it was also had a very troubled development as well. Um, they went back and forth on it a lot. I never played Hollow Knight. I don't know, like to me it looked like a the Metroidvania Souls like, and I don't like Souls likes. I don't know, maybe. So right now we just gotta add the stone textures here. The hand is gonna be very hard to draw. So apparently it's beautiful. Let's say it's very beautiful and very unique. It really has that like old style video game stuff. Where like it was just like random stuff a lot of the time. You know how like Mario is like a plumber in a mushroom kingdom, uh, fighting a giant turtle dragon, like that sort of randomness. Hollow Knight kind of has that. It's like bug creature in an underground like society, very whimsical, fanciful stuff. I don't know if any of you guys have like a one of those just out there games from back in the day or today, because like a lot of what I hear is that that kind of thing doesn't work anymore. And who knows why Hollow Knight was so successful, but like the Hollow Knight seems to be the like show the opposite of that. Like that's that kind of like random, whimsical, like you have a good idea can still work. And I'm just modeling the hand here. So I was going out and I saw people are the encroachment of Halloween is coming into stores. Just right now, it's a Halloween decoration, so decoration stores are kind of, that it's creeping in from the sides, um, which is great because Halloween's the best. I do want to try to do something special for Halloween. I don't know if I can. It's in 2 months. A little more than 2 months. Oh no. I pressed Control W instead of Control S, and it doesn't ask me if I'm sure or not. Where is it? It's over here, here, here. Alright, we're back. Sorry. Oh, come on. Now we're back. Alrighty. So I gotta make this quick. This statue I'm referencing is like very, very detailed. It makes sense. It's gigantic. Yeah, okay, it looks okay. And then there's more wrinkles on the hand is like another place where like the face. It's more neglected, but it's about as hard as the face. And it's like the second place people look. Hey Ahmed, King of Games. Yeah, I'm just drawing I was drawing this yesterday. And today's a free day, so I'm gonna just keep drawing this. I might do something later on today. I might go back to the comic later on. But I'm just doing this right now. This actually might be a little more boring to see because this is like the statue. It's a big Buddha statue that I have to actually figure out. But this was actually a screenshot I took of the game because I wanted to see what the final look would be. This is the screenshot of it currently, and this is actually maximum zoom, so it doesn't get any closer. And I was thinking that okay, this is how it would look at when the game was done. So currently I'm doing that. Like a keyframe, I guess, in movies. So this is kind of what I'm doing here. Early keyframe. But the VFX are a little too cartoony, definitely. Like they're a little I looked at Smash and basically I copied it like starting so these cartoony effects are very indicative of Smash. This smoke trail I like, but I think I'm gonna have to like look at other games. Like Street Fighter has a similar deal with their hit sparks, but they're more realistic. They're more like particle effecty. Hey, will this game be on mobile? This platform fighter probably won't be. Maybe. That's like way down the line though. I can probably make a mobile version. I have to look into mobile platform fighters. I haven't looked too hard into it. Let me think. Do you usually play mobile games? To be honest, I very rarely play mobile games anymore. Actually, no, I don't think I ever did. I checked out Super Mario Run, but I was less interested in that. It's just the monetization. I just can't handle the monetization. That's I guess I might be like I'm too used to getting like stuff for like one price. The nickel and diming annoys me. Oh yeah, I watched K-pop Demon Hunters a while ago. I don't know if I ever talked about it. It was a very good movie. I was surprised like how well done it was. It was kind of rushed at the end, definitely, but it's the songs were great. I really like the last song. This has to be darker. I have to make sure though not to make it too dark. It was a thumb. Uh, Here, and it's more broad, so it's less sharp a highlight. Mm. I think the art style also it kind of has like a blend of those Disney sort of realistic 3D and this how Spider-Verse changed everything for 3D animation. So I think okay, there's your hand. Is there like a AO right here? Yeah. The I watched actually a lot of movies. Let me see. Naked Gun was fine. The new Naked Gun was okay. I never really watched the old ones. I only know the clips of them, but I don't know if they're like good or bad, right? Um, but this one was just like it was funny. It was funny for like it was very well done in that case. Very goofy funny too. It's not like they try to mix drama and comedy too much. Superman also. Superman was pretty good too. Not to get into the whole Snyderverse thing, but I think their Man of Steel and this new Superman movie is about as good as each other. I had problems with both. I want to do here though. It does capture like Superman's like modern esque persona, I guess. No, I guess not modern. He's just always that way. I guess because I grew up with Justice League, and he's like way more serious there. Okay, let's just watch this. All right, there's a statue hand. I think what I want like I was talking about blood last time. I want to incorporate this, but like you can see how it's like it's such a difference. The cartoony, colorful, soft effects, and then just blood spray. I wanna be able to combine those. I don't want to be like too gory, but I want to combine those. Anyway, that's decay stuff here. Yeah, maybe he's like missing. He's like missing a finger. So like right here. So yeah, well he's like a broken Buddha statue, completely destroyed or decayed. Sorry. I'm pretty just used to decayed stuff now because I've been working on Ace Dawn of the Moonlight, and that uses urban decay photography as like an inspiration. So okay, here now. Okay, so the details are gonna be like around this area. So that's where I'm gonna start with the texture. Sorry, texture detail. You don't want to mess up your edge, your value structure. It looks like it's throwing the finger. Yeah, a little bit. That's it's fun though. I might keep that. That's pretty interesting. Uh, so I got here. Okay. But it has a fun little look to it. I gotta flip it so I can see it. It looks okay, okay, not bad. It just looks a little bit too much like a hand, like an actual organic hand. So I'm gonna have to make add some like more rock detail. So one thing about rocks is that they have a lot of like decay and start a lot of like changes in value. This hand was like really detailed, and actually it has like the cast shadow like over here. I think like the key is like to make sure you have all your shadows shapes properly in the right place, because it's still the drawing. You're still drawing it right now, and then like painting is a little more about shapes and stuff. But you really have to make sure everything's in the right place. I need a better brush. I've been slacking on my. Over here. It's actually very sharp, but it shouldn't be. So with the this light is supposed to be. It shouldn't be like a big sunlight but blue. It's legitimately a cloudy, stormy day. So that's what I'm doing here. So I think if I get this done here. I wonder like I don't know if you I never played these old like Braid and Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy is getting a 3D platformer. I don't know if you guys ever like played Super Meat Boy because I never did. It was just a huge thing at the time. I remember. Did any of you play Super Meat Boy? Because it's like a It was like I don't want to say rage game, like you know, like what's that Jump King game? But it was just like a hard platformer, I think. Mm. No, what was I talking about? I completely forgot. But yeah, Super Meat Boy was becoming a 3D platformer, and like that's harder because 3D is a little like Meat Boy One. I think was like a very precision platformer, and it's harder to do that in 3D just for the extra like axis for error. So I wonder how they're gonna deal with it. Is there an OST to this game? One of the songs is the background music. There's an OST on my. There's like two songs. There are two songs on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I'll get them for you. Um, so this one. Where's the what? Where's the copy link? Hmm. So this is the background music, I believe, right now, and the other one right here. Those are basically the only two songs. I have to make more of them, or I have to pay someone. So I'm looking through my people that like have offered to do it right now. So um so what do you do, Ahmed? You a student? You working? You hanging out? Okay, and I think we got. Okay, now I need to add like cracks and stuff. So right here, do do do, a clean cut. Um, how would this be like? Actually, that's not. It's not as like extreme. But how would this be made? Is a thing. You would cut through here. You when you think about like stuff like cracks and stuff, you would think about like how they would be made and whether it would work. So like I think I'm not doing it as well right here. Um, excuse me. I'm entering college right now. Good. Congratulations. What do you want to do in college? Um, let's see. Tracks can also basically they're lines, so you can like use it to show form. I want to make everything move in like this direction or this direction, however you want, for today, because like everything is moving that way. This is going that way. Like everything is moving like in this direction. At least in this direction. Now the only thing opposite is like here, but that's also going. It can go like this way. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, be an English teacher. Oh, that's cool. That's great. I remember, man, I barely remember my school. I gotta like really think about. You know what? You know what sucked? I was putting like every like a bunch of honors classes or AP classes. I can't remember which ones, but I was putting regular English. I don't know why, but I didn't think too much about it at the time. Actually, I don't think too much about it now. You like teaching? You or like do you have like any little like summer experience teaching or just you just enjoy it? You like the idea? I am going to. I don't want to add these wrinkles. I just want to add cracks. I just want something that's easier. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I don't know if teaching is easy, but yeah. Are you in America? Where are you from? Or where I guess where you were going to learn? So I think one thing about rock is that there's no like I guess there's some subsurface scattering. Obviously there's not much. I think maybe I can add some. I mean there's always you can always add like saturated half tones. Well, I'm from Egypt. Oh, that's cool. Okay, sorry. Gotta take a bite of my food. Yeah, I think the hand is good enough for now. Let's move on to. I have to fix this giant red thing, the red smear. I'm gonna look up some some more Smash stuff. Thing is, I want to look up a lot of Smash stuff because like obviously they're very good at it, but also it's it's different from like Street Fighter and stuff because the camera is so pulled out. A lot of times you're going to be looking at the what's this the VFX more than like the characters limbs. Naruto Sakurai. Got it. They all have like custom attacks and stuff. Everything's like so. Oh, here it is. So I'm looking for. Okay, so the typical thing for VFX. One second, I have to find it. These days it's gonna be here. You're gonna have one dark background essentially. Let me get rid of you. We're gonna have one dark background, and it's gonna be some silhouettes to make an interesting silhouette. Typically, it's gonna be very more simple silhouettes. I'm trying to make it a little more square because this is like a blunt attack. It's like a hammer. I might shape it like a hammer. Some speed lines on one side, and you see like these little like tiny little things here. You typically don't have them, especially from a distance. So a lot of these would be like consolidated into this, something like that. You wouldn't. You want to do like a big, medium, small. These two are like too similar, so I just do like this. These two might be a little too repetitive, so I might have to like change this somehow. Maybe like make it much bigger. And the leading edge will be like this thing, very square, and then the trailing edge will be sharper. Because it's supposed to be, yeah, I'm like as if it's a hammer, not so much like a slash. So I'm trying to combine a slash VFX with the hammer, and I'm trying to make it more squarish. So maybe something like that. And then you have your dark background, and then you have the inner, which is just gonna be like this bright white thing. Like a much lighter color. So basically, the VFX have their own background because like everything's light on dark, dark on light. That's just basic contrast. What inspired you to make this game? Make your game. I kind of just I made like I always wanted to make a game ever since I was a kid, but the thing was that eventually the kinds of games I like don't get made anymore, right? Because I grew up with like cartoony platformers and a lot of those games, and they're gone. They're not gone. You can kind of see Bubsy's coming back, but like they were gone for a very long time. And in its place, it was like this boring, brown and bloom, and then realism, extreme realism, and it just got to a point where I was like, I got so bored, I stopped playing games, and I decided, I'm gonna make my own. I'm tired of complaining about it, so I do that. And you can see like it's starting to come back though. The pendulum swinging the other way, especially with the game like Overwatch, which is very cartoony and fantasy and colorful. Uh, um, by that time, I wanted to make the game I wanted, so here we are. It wasn't necessarily like one particular game that inspired me to do it. It's just the I get kind of tired of things as they are. We can try something else. We can try like instead of like these slashy bits, we can like do this. Like multiples. Did you see the new game Densha Attack? Yes. Yes, that kind of quirky, weird stuff. Very colorful, very Japanese. I don't know if it's actually made by Japanese people, but it's that's kind of stuff that's just exciting and interesting and creative. Like a train or a bus doing kickflips and stuff. That's great. You know what other game? Hi-Fi Rush, which I really should get into playing. That seemed pretty interesting. It's sort of like Saturday morning cartoon stuff. I don't know if the game is Saturday morning cartoon, but it certainly looks like one. It's very, very nice, very creative, very well done. What about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk? Yeah, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is another one. I mean, Lethal League Blaze is the one I know more about. I don't know as much about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. But I think those are like lower or not lower. They're like those lower budget games. Like back in the 90s, I think like those kind of games were king. And just in general, like covering colorful stuff or like cartoony stuff was very at the top. Like right now, you also have like a hybrid, like Fortnite, obviously. Apex Legends is still like a very goofy sort of game. Right? Because Apex Legends is like Titanfall, which is like an actual, what's it called? Like a military shooter, and then you have Apex Legends, which is like a lot more goofy and colorful. So we're starting to get it back. There's also a period of time where like there was no like Japanese games were a lot less prevalent in America for some reason, and now they're coming back too. So it's good to see, honestly. Actually, what was that song? Ain't Nothing Like a Funky Beat. That was it. Yeah, that's an excellent song. His just style. It's great. See, actually, you can kind of see. I took out the VFX, and you can kind of see how small everything looks. When this is supposed to be like a big hit, like you did something. There's a kill move, and it's like it's very nothing happening. And then you have this. It's like it becomes a big event, right? Like a giant shockwave appears. Everything's shown. Like it's if I was like here maybe, if this is how close things were, uh, I might be able to get away with something much smaller. Actually, if you look at it here, you can see how it's like screen filling. It's bigger than the characters, the VFX, which is not how Street Fighter works. This is how Smash works. Does the femboy use the hair as a weapon? He doesn't. He just he's just like he just hits it. Hits it with the legs. He's supposed to be like a ballerina, so he just uses his legs all the time. The hair is kind of annoying actually because flowing cloth. Or I can show you 1 second. Let me get to the character. I'll show you one of them. Where is he? I'm looking for like one particular animation. Oh, here it is. All right. It's gonna take a minute to load. Very big. All right. So this animation is very long. This is probably the longest animation in the game. It's 17 frames. But the reason it's so long is because the hair has to trail along with the character. And I use limited animation because these characters are like way too detailed. So like all of these basically are for the hair to get into place. Because he immediately snaps into position for the hit, and then the hair has to trail with him. And then even here, like getting up, the only reason it's such a big deal is because I have to also consider how the hair is moving, and I have to make it like natural, because hair is supposed to move on its own. Yeah, this was annoying to do. And also you can see like his little suspenders. They also follow, but very little, because I can't handle like the like limited animation with flowing cloth is hard, at least for me. That's why it's all very limited, and Cassandra barely has like movement in her jacket. So the hair is basically only a nuisance for me. That move looks like it has a lot of negative frames. Yeah, it does. It's very or it should be strong, but yeah, it takes a long time. So basically everything past this is lag. So let me see. We have like standing, so this isn't part of it. This is held for quite a while, and then attack, attack, and that's it. And then we have to wait until you get back here. It was actually the only time I ever. I'm never gonna do that many frames again. Hopefully, I think I'm getting close. I think there's one with 12 frames, but I can't. I can't do that. 1 second. Let me take a bite of my food. All right, sorry. That was his down hit, basically. But yeah, so this VFX here, I'm gonna try to keep it more squarish. Might just keep the negative frames also, or negative space also very square. All right, and yeah, so that's what all VFX basically looks like, and then you add like lighting effects and stuff, like glow to it, like the more hit frames after the thrust. Um, yeah, there aren't any really basically any more hit frames after the thrust is. I think it's only like it's really only a couple, like maybe 10 active frames. But yeah, it's supposed to be like a pretty strong move that covers everything underneath you. So it covers a lot of ground. So I couldn't make it too fast. So yeah, it has a lot of time to recover. All right. Hmm. I'm just trying to make like a better VFX thing right now. It's just experimenting. I think I might do this. How many characters are there? So right now there are only two. Or three. I'm working on the third one. The art isn't done. The character is playable though. This game is still like well in the fighting game is like still in like alpha, pre-alpha. Maybe like this. But there will for Ace of the Moonlight. I'm planning to do 5, so I have 2 more characters. I think I showed the right. You can actually see where's the do I have one? I have one. So this is in game. There's Charlie. There's Cassandra. And there's Wreck back there. And these are the other 2 characters. She's next. The reason I don't have their designs here, or like why they're taking a bath here, is because I didn't have their designs finished when this happened. So when I made this, so I just made them both look like this. So that's what that's about. I should, when you're experimenting, you should use the digital stuff. So I'm gonna use a mask. And now I can just erase and return what I want. Let's start with big, medium, small, and now we can like look into it more. I just want to make it more square, basically. If you need any free male voice acting, I'm here for you. Thanks. I'll be sure to take you up on that offer if I have any other male characters. Ah! Maybe something like that. It's just not fast. I think, it's just like you really got a lot of thought into it. It's very hard to do anything else. Hmm. I mean, this seems fine. And this is also like player one, player two thing Smash does. Contract by 20. Smackdown, and then VFX. But we see some gameplay of which game? This game? Yeah, I'll show you. Wait, it's gonna take a second to load, but um, let me see. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show you the platform fighter first. So let's get to here. Fighting game, and the newest one, and then this should take it down. No. I have to get the to start screen. Nintendo. I think I have to do this. You get Photoshop. Alright. Then I have the video capture up here, and then I put that. Oh. Alright, technical difficulties. Alright. Now window capture, and now I'm going to make you smaller. Not that it matters, but I'm gonna open the game. So let me see if I can. I don't know if this will actually let me. Get off Photoshop. It's gonna take a second to load. All right. This is gameplay for the game I'm working on, like, currently. Like the art I was working on. So this is just like the Smash game, the platform fighter. Right now it's in a little, like, it's not in a good state. I think yeah, there's like a little grind rail here. But it's similar to Smash. And you hit somebody. Actually, let me turn on the desktop audio and lower it a little bit. And if you can, like, oh, oops. Combo. Oh, come on. If you hit somebody, you can air dash cancel and hit them again. So if I aerial, I think I changed a lot of these properties. Some kill moves, specials are a little different. So you don't have to recover that much in this game. Excuse me. Oh my god, please. Because the off stage is like really short. Like, that's it. This whole area is just off stage, and then they're dead. And you can also, like, just run up the wall. It's not like a thing. It's not like a thing you have to do specifically well. So what you can do is you can cancel everything basically. So if I want to, ah, ah, I'm not sure how. It's this. Oh, I missed. So if you want to hit somebody and then do that, because you can just cancel any special out of any attack. And air dash is a special as well. It's a B move. I missed. God. And also, I don't think it works as well right now, but ah, no, get back. You can teleport. Oh, this is the very recent version, actually, with HP at the bottom. So I think I showed you that you could teleport with she can throw like a projectile. And you can like if you have a bunch of stocks, you can teleport to it and hit people. This is not Ace on the Moonlight, right? Yeah, this is not it. This is the unnamed platform fighter. I'm just trying to show you one extra thing. I can show you do Aces Under the Moonlight in a second. If you have a bunch of stocks and you hit somebody with this attack, basically the up B, you can continue the combo. So let me move you back and so basically I hit them and I used my stocks to teleport back to them and continue the combo because normally if I can hit this, uh, come on, I can do this. Yeah, your combo would be over basically. Whereas here, if you have the stocks, oh, the stocks, or I missed it. 2. Ah. Man, 1, 2, 3. Actually, can I just do this? Nope, too far away. 1, nah. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I did too late. You have to do it during hit stop. 1, 2, 3. Oh, killed him outright. And you can keep hitting them. But yeah, that's this game. And I'm going to yeah, let me switch to Aces Under the Moonlight. I can delete you. Go. Now I can open what is the most recent version for Aces Under the Moonlight? You know, it's gonna be a little mess. I'm gonna open the Steam. Just play it on Steam. And now we have to wait again. Shouldn't take too. Oops. Okay, 1 second. It will come up in a second. Just I have to make some changes. I have to put it on a different screen. Sorry. All right. All right. This is Ace Under the Moonlight, and I think there's some confusion. So a quick thing is the controls are right here. These are the buttons, and these are the controls. And the aspect ratio is messed up. Um, you can try out the character. Uh, there's no like custom controls right now, which I really should get to. But this will teach you what to do and when, or like it'll help you show you what you can do. Also, you can cancel and everything. This is and the controls for this only works on the keyboard right now. And I have to change this screen. I don't think you need this bottom part. Um, and if you go over here, these are the settings to make the game easier or harder. So do we count self goals? No. This will and there's like protection by default. This is how many points you play to. I have it to 30. And this is the record for ball speed. This is actually the starting amount for the ball speed. And this just tells you what everything is. Mostly the meter at the bottom. And if you press let me out, you can or escape, you can get over here. And then you can just play the game. Has to load though. Ah. And you pick characters. So here's Rec. This character's not done yet, but this is Charlie, this is Cassandra. I'll play Cassandra. And then we'll pick Charlie. Actually, in fact, I should get both of those. Right, so this is what I want, and then I'll pick Charlie here. And then if you want to play, the game modes are right here. Training modes on the right. These two are a little specialized. But this one up here, play ball, that's the mode. And you can switch to CPU player if you click these things up here. So I'm going to make player 2 CPU. And then one last thing, if you go to the bottom left, it will auto populate the controller layout for player 1 and player 2. So right now I have a controller connected, so player 1 is a controller. But if you click down here to keyboard, it will give you player 2. Oh, it will switch player 1 to keyboard. So then right here, you click play ball. Come on. All right. And then you hit the ball. That's it. Eh. I had a bunch of VFX to make it easier to see, so. Oh, I got it. The AI is not very, like, advanced. So it's pretty easy to just destroy them. Yeah, and that's rematch character select, and then I show you a play Charlie. And I'll put Rec here. This time I'll be player 2, so player 1 will be that, and I'll show you. You can also play on the controller. So I'm gonna bring this out. And if you click down the bottom left, and you switch player 2 to controller, it'll detect it automatically. Now player 2 is using controller. Rec isn't done yet, so He's actually a very different character. Ah. He's much slower, I'm sure you can see. But he's also like he also builds a lot more meter easily. So you should cancel more with him. I'm getting my ass beat here though. Ah. Ow. Oh god, I got destroyed by the computer. But yeah, that's Wreck. Wreck is a little harder to play. And if I press quit, then we quit. And yeah, that takes us into the moonlight. So let me turn Photoshop back on. Give me a minute so I can get Photoshop back up. Transition. All right. So those are the games. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna take a break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do something a little different so we can get something else on screen. But yeah, I will see in like about 10 minutes, I guess. 10, 15 minutes. What do okay, that. I try to do all this on my. I don't have like a stream deck. So like BRB at. Oh, it's the exact same time I took a break last time. We'll say 240, I guess. Yeah, so I'll see you in like 15 minutes. And we'll work on something else. Alrighty. Comic time. Um, top panel light. All right, so now, so this is the comic. It's actually not that well done. Now think about it, because like it's all in the same image, like her falling asleep and then waking up really like like crazy. It should be like falling asleep the entire page, and then the next page is a big image of her waking up. So it's like this one page is dark, and then this next page is light, and that's a new thing. But we're sticking with this. What? What? Wait. Oh, I'm in the bottom panel. All right, there we go. So right now I'm doing like proper line work for the comic. Right now I had to have everything in the right place, quote unquote. And then now I'm gonna actually get the line work going. This is gonna be black and white, like manga art style, so. So for the shorts, I also put them on TikTok. I don't know if anyone's here from TikTok, but this new one, yeah, a lot of people are looking at it. I think I got like 200 followers just from this new, from the colors TikTok. So I should actually, like, a lot of the line work stuff is gonna be like you have to be right up on it, so it has to be perfect. Another reason I don't like doing this is because like you can't really see much. I should really alter the look here. The paneling of my stream so you can see the image the entire time. But I wanted like a more clean stream this time. You can kind of see like when everything is lined exactly the same. This is the advantage of this. When everything is lined in like the same line weight, any change you make here will like draw the eye, so you can really control everything. In this case, because it's supposed to be, the hair is supposed to be layered and going backwards, I'm not gonna like line work the things on the back, so I can like more properly like show depth. Like this thing right up here that's overlapping her face is gonna have like quite a bit of line weight onto it. Um, Obviously because it's supposed to be up front. I might actually have it like bleed into the bottom one here as well to really hit the dreamlike state. So to make sure the flow is correct, because right now like there's some issues with it. But yeah, I got like 99. I guess because I haven't looked at it in 2 hours, I got like 99 notifications on TikTok, and I'll look at them after the stream, but that's not normal. Usually it's just like 20. make sure like what's the context of this comic? Okay, so this comic is this is kind of I'm trying to explain all the characters and like actually show their personality more. There's also like a feature in game that's gonna do that. And what's happening is that this character is kind of woken up from a nightmare, and she kind of wanders around it a little bit at night and then goes back to sleep, and then wakes up in the morning, and all the other characters are introduced one by one. She's supposed to be kind of a mystery, even though she's like she's the point character, but she's like an unreliable narrator. That's kind of her whole thing, and it becomes like very obvious that she's an unreliable narrator. So this is how that's going. This one she's just like falling back asleep after being woken up, and then here someone woke her up very loudly. And the rest of the comic is like they're getting ready for like a pizza party, right? Like when you were like a kid, they're all doing like a pizza party together, and it's gonna introduce all the characters one by one, so you can see what they're about. So I keep watching the Kirby Air Riders thing. What was it called? Yeah, the Air Riders thing. So I like to watch things like 1,000 times to really get them in my head. It's just like really creative. The kind of the chariots and stuff. I really enjoy that. It's nice that he's like acknowledging the people, like the community. Because I don't feel he really does that for Smash. I have to do something like because like right here, if I just do this, it's gonna look weird. So I'm gonna like have to push it back. So like the line weight, I'm gonna just put the line weight over here and gradually move it uh smaller over once I get to over here and give it like this a little bit more, like it really pushes it back away from like inflicting here. Oh my god. Okay, good. Okay. Make sure this is higher up. So I'm gonna add the line weight to it. Anyway, Kirby Air Riders. Um, I think maybe what I liked about Kirby, like the way it was shown, was that is that what's the word? I like how it's very visual in the way it has Mario Kart mechanics, like drifting or drift riding. I can't remember what it was called. Or drafting, right? When you're in behind somebody and like you can pick up speed when you're directly behind somebody. I think that's just regular in racing. They visualize it with like collecting stars that are coming in the back. That I thought was very cool. To combine that art with the gameplay, and his whole thing is like teaching people, right? So I really enjoyed that. I think it's just in general like the philosophy of like show don't tell. I think about like in terms of meter mechanics as well, like how Smash typically avoids meters throughout most of its history because it feels like it seems too like it's not intuitive. It's very mechanical to see like numbers or like see like a meter that you have to take care of. It's not very intuitive. It really trips me up in fighting games, like keeping track of it. So like in Smash, everything is simplified, but it typically didn't have meters, or if there was ammo, it would be pretty obvious. And you kind of have to think like all the stuff that they made for Smash, even in Smash 64, all the little game design stuff, they thought of that all at like immediately, off rip, the first game. Not so much like how the gameplay is gonna work and how many ideas they can pack in, uh like helpless state even to show like very clearly like you can't do anything now. That's not like in other games, right? So like the animation looks pretty obviously like you're kind of spent. So I can't really say like, oh, here's the shadow, here's like you have to like the way you're supposed to deal with like, oh, light and shadow, like, oh, this is the cast shadow, so you have to start drawing it like this and this, or like drawing like a painter is like, everyone has their own style, so some things aren't going to translate to painting, And the point of this drawing is not going to be painted. It's just it's a black and white drawing, or at least grayscale, because it's gonna have like this because it's at night. And also, this whole thing should be at night. Let's just make it like more. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make this entire thing at night. And I'm gonna make this whole background here at night, and then I'll just paint Cassandra. And then this will be the page. And you can see how it's a little awkward because it should be on a separate page. You know what I should do? I could do this as well. You could like make a little explosion. Or like a giant explosion, I guess. Oh. Like that. That could be more like it. To really show off what we're dealing with here. And it starts to like bleed over. Yeah, and I might do like this as well. Like I was talking about like overlap and stuff up here. I might do that like down here as well. Like this like blast of hair will overlap the second panel. We can try that. I have to deal with how am I gonna do these eyes as well, because they should be more detailed, right? I just saw a trailer for something I liked, or like looks cool. Oh, that's really pretty. Wow, Disney-esque by Sweet Carol. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Alright. I might have to deal with his nose different. Might just do that. And just have like something else there. The close-ups like this usually have like way more detail. Um, okay. I have to think about lower detail. I'm gonna actually make this look. So when you look at like a reference of like a master or like a someone you like. In fact, I should well look it up. Let me see. Beauty. Come on. Only like at the tips. These are like a lot of detail, and yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it's more like controlling the detail. Yeah, okay. You think like where the light's coming from is the most important thing, and light's over here, so everything else that's not getting light should get like should become like way more. Should is where like the thing starts. Is where the detail starts to show up. That's one way to do it. Think. There's too much detail down here is the thing. So I might have to, yeah, I'll put some more detail up here. Secondary detail. The thing is, her hair's not black, so I can't do it like that much. Because her hair's like mildly light colored. It's blue. Ah, okay. should move this right now so you can actually see. They have a whole second half of the page on the right to do. But basically, her face isn't going to be that detailed with all these lines. So I'm going to try to do something else. What's going on up here? Okay, we're good. Alright, wait 1 second. Alrighty. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of this stuff. Let me see what else I got over here. Do I have anything else I can do? There it is. Right. Okay. Anyway. Not really much I can show right now, but something soon. Alrighty. So I am okay up here, like around. I want to keep focused like around here, so I don't want to put too much detail at the edge of the screen. So I'm gonna work on this. This method of like making all the lines the same weight really helps in this specific situation. Now I can like really control the detail because it jumps out at me. My mom, when I wake her up to tell her my dad is missing. Damn. Very, very distressed. This will be a fun comic, the panel to draw once I actually get to it. The flow is off here. I have to. Also, the shape is off here. Should be a lot more like that. Oh my god, come back. Please. Okay. Photoshop, I swear to god. This might be the problem. It might just be all the way. I have to go all the way over here. Whoa, whoa. Okay. The thing is, like, these take much longer because these are like full-on illustrations. Every one of these panels can be an illustration. I'm not gonna go full lackadaisy cats on it, but it requires like a lot more concentration. We have about 45 minutes left before I have to go. Let's cover. Okay, yeah. When I do this, when people talk about focus, by the way, like focusing on in art, it's about like the first like half a second, first like like second. Where are you looking? It's like involuntary, not so much like where you eventually get to. It's where you subconsciously do, and that's what that is. So like, I looked basically like here and here. So I think that's around the area. Sorry, here and here, because the eye is just going to draw a lot of attention, but there's like so much detail here right now. So once I draw this in position. Detail. Uh, I'm gonna have to look at something for a second. What? Hmm. Uh, oh, OBS disconnected. Hope I don't have to end this stream early. We still got 30 minutes left. I kind of fell off like talking over here. Um, art is really hard to stream and draw. Just when you concentrate. That's why like this is a little bit easier because I'm already like the art in general is done. How's the development process? Art is really hard to stream and draw. Just when you concentrate. That's why like this is a little bit easier because I'm already like the art in general is done. How's the development process on the Red Riding Hood game going? Sorry, OBS is like disconnecting, reconnecting, Sorry, OBS is like disconnecting, reconnecting, disconnecting constantly. And then we actually colored it. I think I have to make some parts darker and like detail the eyes a little bit more. Because I'm doing like a kind of goofy looking eye situation. Colored it. All right. I'm gonna. I'll stop at 3:30. My OBS is just bugging out. It looks like it keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. But yeah, that's how that's going. Grained fish. Is my internet dying? What is happening? Is my internet dying? What is happening? Internet's like, this is dying so bad. Oh my god. OBS, please. Um, has this ever happened before? No, it hasn't. This actually it happened like probably a long time ago. On one of the older streams. Like this is like months ago, or maybe even years ago. But it's so rare. I might do like a maybe I'll do something Friday, like a quick stream Friday to make up for this. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, that's what Red Riding Hood is getting there. Like that's basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish the enemies and the backgrounds, which should be simple, and then release the game. And then I'll release the game on for free, probably on my website, and then just what's the word? I'll add some more stuff to the game, and then release it probably for like $1 on mobile and stuff. And we'll see. That's a little farther down the line. This gives like enough of like if you had like enough of a little smattering of small detail, it can feel more intimate. What engine do you use to make most of your games? I don't have a specific engine. Um, I use Unity to make Aces Under the Moonlight was Unity. That was the first one I used. And then for the platform fighter, it was Godot. And then for the Red Riding Hood game, I made my own engine, quote unquote, in JavaScript, vanilla JavaScript. Um, Basically, you can just run it on the browser using HTML canvas. And you can just it has its own built-in stuff, and I just set it up like Unity. And it was originally like practice to do just to make a game on this stuff because I remember browser-based games were everywhere back when I was younger, literally everywhere. So I figured it, it'd be they already have all the um, JavaScript is probably like very good for making games out of the box. Not out of the box, but you know, a lot of people do it. So yeah, so I really don't have a set engine. I'm trying to stick with Godot now, but for any other projects, but we'll see. Ah, come back. Okay. Okay, I think we've been pretty stable for a while, so I'll stick for a little longer. Um, any great Grainfish, are you interested in like game design stuff? I would suggest Unity if you want to start, just because the community is so good and it's a little more out of the box. But I also like I think C++ is a little more common, so maybe use that or if or Unreal. Like it probably won't make much of a difference, but that's why I suggest you do that. You guys do. The biggest thing I would suggest is not to make a big deal out of it about engines. Like a lot of people seem to. Um, Make your hair like shiny and pretty. And maybe at the like the end here it'll be like messed up and stuff. Honestly, I should probably like learn how to draw hair better. It's actually a pretty big weakness for me. Okay. This has to be the most detailed because it has to be up front in front of everything. I'm gonna add one here because I don't like the way this tangents too much with this. So by the way, what gender is Charlie? She looks neither male nor female. Supposed to be androgynous. It's supposed to be whatever you feel like it is. The reason I say he is because it was a guy for like most of development. Uh, the it really only changed near the end. Basically, he was supposed to be gay, basically, because he was kicked out of his house, and that's why he ends up living in that train place. Um, so, but then like my idea was like, oh, reason you're supposed to know he's gay is because he's a ballerina, but that's like an old stereotype. So I thought it'd be more interesting to see what people thought uh, Charlie was. That it's also why he's designed like that. He's designed like a femboy. But yeah, I thought it was like a little too simplistic, so I thought it'd be more interesting to see what you guys thought and why. Um, you think he looks that way, or why you what gender you think he is. So it's good. It's good if she looks if he looks neither male nor female to you. That's I did my job. I think it is like an interesting design thing to do specifically androgyny, um, or like what you're supposed to see. There's not a lot of like I think femboys are like a pretty common one though. So I guess it's not that groundbreaking, but it is interesting. I think like Link from Legend of Zelda often goes in that direction, being like somewhat androgynous, less so, but somewhat. Might have gone too far with the shading up there. Getting somewhere. Yeah, there's a little too much detail or like darkness up there. I might have to change the timings. I have to like make the streams go on longer. I need to practice a little bit, like my patience, basically. Dude, like imagine doing this traditionally would suck because like I can just erase stuff or undo stuff, and that's good. But, like if you mess up, physical, you have to redo the whole thing over again. I think that's why they ink digitally now. They might like do the originals in regularly, but I think the inkers are doing things digitally for final. Manga art is great though. Always wanted to make manga. It's a little more detail. That might be a little too bushy. It looks like a caterpillar or something. Did I make her eyebrows bushy? There was a point where she was. Oh yeah. One more thing about the Red Riding Hood game. I'm not gay, but Charlie. Yeah, you know. That's how that goes. That's the point of making these characters, right? So this thing about Red Riding Hood, uh, I just want a small thing about the Red Riding Hood game. So this is the air dash animation, and she does like this little pose in the end. So originally, she was actually supposed to do like Sonic poses. Like when she hits an enemy and kills it, the game will freeze, obviously for like hit stop purposes. But during hit stop, she would have like one of these poses. Like this is the Sonic pose, or like close enough to the Sonic pose, and it's gone now. It's something I lost when I switched to the new style, but maybe I can try it. But that's one of the things I could do. Let me see. Where is it? Do I have anything I haven't shown about Charlie? Don't let R34 artists see your design. I will get so much fan art though. If R34 artists see my designs. I guess I can show you this. Let me see. The amount of work it took to do the this is for the illustration. Basically, these are all the rejected ideas. So that's the win illustration right here. But then this is the character select one. It was like used to be like way more pushed before I made it more realistic. This is a funny little sequence right here. It gets smaller and smaller. I think I actually went this way. I started out here, and then I made it bigger, and then I made it bigger. I try to push it, and like this is the ultimate push. I suppose also do this one. I also like this one. It was a little too flat, but I liked it. That's a kind of amount of time it takes to actually that's not much of anything though. There's way more. Let me see. Do I have any like? I'm trying to find if there's some stuff I can show you here. Not yet. Not yet. Yes. I don't think there's much of anything I haven't shown off. I want to do some Halloween stuff. I want to do like bunny suits, and there was like a switch. They would Charlie and Cassandra would switch costumes. That could be interesting. Because I like Halloween. Nah, nothing really. I should probably draw more stuff. So much of my stuff has been like locked behind Aces Under the Moonlight. You know what was fun? Like, I wonder if there's like a Rule 34 artist who's like really successfully hidden the fact that they're a Rule 34 artist. Like they do regular art and then they like switch up the style for Rule 34. You know, if it was ever found out, that would because that'd be interesting. It's got to be because that's like a common thing to have an alias to, while drawing that kind of thing. This is tangenting. Alrighty. Think. I'm getting somewhere. Didn't take so long. But, I mean, that's the point. This has to look good, right? Okay. Almost done. Got 10 minutes. It just has too much detail up here. The flow is off too, so. Think. Let me see. Okay, I think just a little. So this is obviously like right here. This is also needs to have a little bit more detail because it's overlapping. Wait, what? Check Rule 34 real quick. Looks like there have been 4 arts created for Ace Under the Moonlight. Did they put my stuff there? They count my stuff as Rule 34? I hope not. You deserve more subscribers. Thank you, man. I am. See, that's how you know you're making it if you're on Rule 34. Like now you exist for real. Thank you, man. We're getting there. I just gotta keep. You just gotta keep it up, right? I gotta keep up the shorts. I gotta make some videos. We'll get there. Thank you, though. All right. Oh, that's cool though. I like people are sharing stuff is getting bigger on the internet. People are liking my designs. That's good. Uh, there. Oh no, did I mess everything up? No, good. Okay, it's fine. All right. So we're winding down here. We got a few minutes left. I think I'm gonna increase the stream times. I think I only do 3 hours now, but I think next week I can do more. Because it looks like for me, people come in at unfortunately at the end of my streams, so I think I'm gonna add like an hour or something, or two. I also have more stamina now. Please port to mobile, please. You know what? Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't mind anything on mobile. Originally, Ace of the Moonlight was supposed to be a mobile game. Um, it was supposed to be a very simple Pong game, but it became more. Bro, I can't wait. Thanks, man. It might take a while though. I'm gonna have to have someone else handle that. Um, Patience, my friend. Patience. Thank you, Grainfish. When will you do it? I can't say. I don't have plans for it. But I might have to look at. I've gotten some people saying I can. They can port stuff. So I'll look into that. But it's gonna be like an undertaking, like a real undertaking. Is a problem. I would have to redo a lot of the code. Like I have ways to do it in because I made that the Red Riding Hood game is a JavaScript game, and that can be ported to mobile pretty easily. So I might have to recreate the entirety of Aces Under the Moonlight in JavaScript, which I can do. It would just take a very long time. So you would get like it more like you could pay professional porting people to port these games to whatever. Um, but you know that costs money. And I was thinking of starting a Kickstarter or like maybe some other way to make money here. An Etsy shop for one. I've been talking about that for so long. I should really just bite the bullet and get into it. It's just like another thing to add onto the pile of things I have to do. But, like that's what running. Like, you want to be a sole developer. You want to make stuff you want to make. That's part of it. Say yes. Um, I do plan to though. I do. Like, no, sorry, I don't have any plans currently, but I do want to. Like, it's Aces on the Moonlight's kind of built for that. I'm trying to move it to Steam Deck. Like, actually, it can be used on Steam Deck, but I'm trying to like get it certified and stuff. All right. Unfortunately, I think that's it for today. I'm going to I'm gonna increase the stream times. So next week, it's Charlie a girl. It depends on what you want. It's whatever you want. He's supposed to be androgynous. The reason I call him a guy is because during development he was a guy, so I just keep calling him a guy. He is none. So yes. It is whatever you want. It can be a girl if you want. I'm gonna increase the stream timings next week, starting Monday. I might do a stream Friday, a quick stream, around 1. We'll see. But thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Thanks for talking. Well, like things have been growing really well, so I'm gonna start doing more on this channel and on these IPs. I should probably make more art. Like an artist should be doing that. 1 second. Thank you for coming, guys. I really appreciate it.